Hello, my name is Mike Von Baron, the pastor here at Holy Cross Lutheran Church. Holy Cross is a place to belong, to believe, and to bear fruit in Jesus. That comes right out of the Bible. Jesus says in John chapter 15, I am the vine, and you are the branches. Whoever abides in me and I in him, he it is that bears much fruit. A little bit later in John chapter 15, Jesus says in verse 12, this is my command, love one another as I have loved you. Greater love is no one than this, than that he laid down his life for his friends. At Holy Cross, that's our approach to what's happening in this phased reopening after the COVID-19 restrictions. We are in love, abiding by those guidelines that have been given by our state and local community leaders so as to sacrifice some of what we would like to do for the sake of others, for the sake of their health and their well-being. And so we're choosing to move slowly into this reopening phase. We all heard from the president of our country encouragement for communities of faith to begin that reopening process. And we are doing that, but we are doing it slowly. Washington has still moving through phase 1, phase 2, and into phase 3. And here in Spokane County, we are in phase 2, officially as of Friday, the 22nd of May. And so I just want to let you know what phase 2 means here at Holy Cross. It means that groups of 5 people or less may meet here at the church during the week, but no more than once per week. And those groups that meet should be careful to follow good hygiene, and that is washing hands, as well as staying 6 feet apart at all times between people who are not of the same household, so as to minimize the spread of the virus. And then after their meetings, they should sanitize the surfaces and the doorknobs to make sure our building stays clean for others who will come. And so we have sanitizer that will be available on carts along with paper towels to be used. Our restrooms have plenty of soap and water to make sure you can keep your hands clean and washed. We'll have signs around the building reminding you of these things. But for those groups that would like to meet in those small numbers, they're welcome to do so. Our office is still not open and will not be until we get into phase 3, and even then with some modified hours. Our office staff is working from home, so if you have any questions, you can contact them. And many of our members and our regular worshipers know how to get into the building if they need to for their group to meet. If you have any questions about that, you can contact our office at our regular office phone number and email, and we'll help you with those things. We are continuing to progress through this along with our state and local guidelines, and so expect that phase 3 will not come for a few more weeks. We are putting together some guidelines for what to expect as we move through those phases, and those will be published here in June in our June newsletter, so I encourage you to be watching for that. In the meantime, we want to thank you for engaging with us in our online worship resources. We want to encourage anyone who feels at risk, either because of health or because of compromised immune system, anyone who's feeling ill, or anyone who thinks they might have been exposed, to please just stay home and isolate and quarantine. There's no need to rush back out into being around other people and causing harm. We want to approach this in love to protect those around us so that we're not spreading anything to them. And we want those who aren't coming back to feel comfortable continuing to worship with us online. So we're going to continue providing the Zoom resources, both the Bible studies and group resources. We have more than 45 households who have connected with our Zoom groups that are taking place. If you'd like to connect with a Bible study or a men's group or a women's group on Zoom, just email me, mvonbehen@holycrosslcms.net. And we'll let you know what those times are and make sure you get the login information to be a part of that. We'll also continue to provide these in-home worship resources so that you can feel free to worship at home as long as you feel most comfortable doing so. And we'll let you know when we're at the place where we can gather together again in smaller groups for worship here at Holy Cross. We have not gotten to that place yet, and so you will not see Holy Cross open on Sunday mornings for quite a while yet, but we will be sending you more information about that soon in the June newsletter. I want to thank all of you who responded and bore your fruit in our campaign to bring together food for the hungry through our Fill the Narthex for Second Harvest campaign. We brought together more than 938 pounds of food that will be taken down to Second Harvest, and $775 donated to Second Harvest through that event. Each one of those dollars turns into 5 meals to feed others. Nearly 4,000 meals have been given by you in this last week to Second Harvest. Thanks for being a part of that campaign, and blessings to you as you continue to bear fruit for Jesus in the community around us.